Good afternoon, I'm Dalia Ashry. Coming up on Say News. Our first story, police at the Pearson International Airport have arrested a man for trying to illegally access a plane heading to Istanbul, Turkey. A YouTube video shows the suspect being tasered and falling to the ground as the airport security made the arrest. Police are saying the man was taken into custody under the Mental Health Act and has not been charged. Canada's unemployment rate remained at 6.8% in March, according to Stats Can. What does that mean for some Canadians? Well, more people found part-time work. According to the latest federal agency's labor market survey, there has been a month-to-month net gain of almost 29,000 jobs since last month. The agency also notes that the economy has gained 138,000, mostly full-time jobs, since last March. And while people might be finding work, get ready to put the money you make towards your car insurance. According to a report from the Schulich School of Business, drivers in Ontario are paying too much for their vehicle coverage. In 2013, consumers overpaid by $84 million. The report was commissioned by the Ontario Trial Lawyers Association. The professors are calling on the Auditor General to review the system. A gloomy day and strong gusty wind for the afternoon. Sitting at a high of 16 and a low of 2, sunshine for this weekend and a high of 17. That's all for today's news. I'm Dalia Ashry. Have a wonderful weekend. A-lister and humanitarian Angelina Jolie has had her ovaries and fallopian tubes removed. With a family history of cancer and carrying a gene mutation, the star had this surgery to decrease her risk of ovarian cancer. Jolie had been planning this preventative surgery for some time. She says she's aware that this surgery does not remove all risks and that she still remains prone to cancer. Married to A-lister Brad Pitt, together they have 6 children, and she says that she feels grounded in the choices she made for herself and her family. She also added that she knows that with this surgery, her children will never have to say, "Mom died of ovarian cancer." Zayn Malik is not lighting up too many people's world right now. He announced on Facebook that he has quit One Direction. Malik said on the social media site that he is leaving because he wants to be a normal 22-year-old. He wants to relax and have some time out of the spotlight. Malik has left many Directioners with any feeling but relaxed. Many tears are being shed around the world after his public announcement. Despite all these tears being shed, Malik said he knows One Direction will continue to be the best band in the world. Zayn Malik isn't the only one people are saying goodbye to this week. Get ready to say farewell to famous British TV show Downton Abbey. Producers have announced that they will be ending the show after 6 seasons. The decision to wrap was made by producers Gareth Name and Julian Fellows, who created the series and wrote every episode. Fellows said there are no plans in place for a rumored Downton Abbey feature film or series spin-off. The show, which airs earlier in the UK, will have its finale on this Christmas Day 2015. Get Hard is launching with $1.8 million and is competing for #1 in the box office along with Cinderella and Insurgent. Comedians Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart made their appearance on the red carpet in Australia for the premiere of the movie. Ferrell plays a prison-bound manager of a hedge fund who asks Kevin Hart, who plays a businessman who has never been to jail, to prepare him for a life behind bars. Hart and Ferrell weren't the only ones making an appearance at the premiere. Toronto's very own Drake made an appearance too. For entertainment news, I'm Dalia Ashry.
Dalia Ashry has more on why you might want to start eating yogurt as early as possible.
Yogurt naturally has many benefits. It provides calcium, vitamin D, protein, and some brands provide probiotics. It's a healthy diet, and some people even claim it lengthens their lives. But most recently, according to Dr. Frank Hu, a senior researcher and professor at Harvard School of Public Health, those who have a higher intake of yogurt reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes. Unlike yogurt, other dairy foods and the consumption of dairy doesn't have the same effects as yogurt. A team of researchers examined the results of 3 studies. These studies followed the medical history and lifestyle of habits of health professionals, from female nurses to male dentists. They had to complete a questionnaire about lifestyle and chronic disease and then were followed up every 2 years. Those who did not include information about their dairy consumption and those with diabetes or cardiovascular disease or cancer were excluded. Those who remained The researchers were actually able to identify more than 15,000 cases of type 2 diabetes developing during that period. They also found a high consumption of yogurt went hand in hand with a lower risk of type 2 diabetes. 28 grams of yogurt per day was associated with an 18% lower risk of type 2 diabetes. Since they did not examine specific yogurt brands consumed by their participants, it is difficult to attribute the benefits to various components of yogurt. Back to you, Jade.
Everyone is looking forward to the weekend. Dalia joins us now with a look at the weather. Dalia, how is the weekend shaping up?
Well, Christian, despite the weather being pretty chilly this week, the weekend is looking a bit promising. Now let's take a look at the current weather conditions across Canada. We're going to start here in Sault Ste. Marie, where they are experiencing around 5 to 10 centimeters of snow. As we go into Vancouver and Calgary, they are experiencing some light precipitation. And as we go through the prairies, there's some clear skies. As you can see here, there's the cold front, which is bringing us to Toronto those chilly weather conditions. Now let's take a look at the current conditions for tomorrow's weather. There is some warm air that's going to be coming in, and it's going to be bringing in those milder temperatures for the weekend. Let's take a look outside. There are those two males out there enjoying their smoke, but I do hope they're heading in soon as it is a bit chilly. And if you do plan on going outside, you might want to bundle up and put on your mittens or your gloves. Now let's take a look at the current weather conditions in southern Ontario. In Sault Ste. Marie, we have -16, along with Sudbury as well, -16. And the hot spot seems to be Sarnia. And don't let Mr. Sun fool you in Toronto. Although it is -9, it does feel like -17. Now let's take a look at the 3-day forecast. For tonight's weather, we have -9 and a low of -16. For Saturday, we have a high of -1 and again a low of -16 with the flurries. For Sunday, we have the rain and snow sitting at a high of 3 and a low of -3. For Monday, heading back to school and back to work, you might want to put your jackets on. It will be a high of -6 and a low of -10. The Leafs lost again last night. Mike joins us now with sports. Bank apps and online banking not cutting it for you? No worries, now you can transfer money through Facebook. A new and free way to transfer money with just a simple click of a button. Transfers can be made on Facebook Messenger using a debit card. All the user has to do is click the cash icon next to the other buttons like the thumbs up or emojis. The user must enter the amount they want to send, click on the word pay, type in their debit card number, and there you have it, instant wire transfer. It can be done on Apple and Android phones or on a computer. And speaking of merging technology, come fall 2015, Nintendo lovers will be able to play famous games like Super Mario and Pokemon on their smartphones and tablets. Since we live in a day and age where almost everyone is attached to their phone, Nintendo started losing some of their gamers to mobile apps. Nintendo heavily protects their games, so these games only appeared on platforms like Wii home consoles and 3DS mobile machines. Now Nintendo and Japanese mobile game company DNA have partnered up to develop Nintendo games for smart devices. BlackBerry has released a new luxurious phone, but is it really worth close to $2,000? The Porsche design P9983 Graphite now has a leather rear cover, unlike the old black glossy cover. The only thing the old and new phone have in common is the stainless steel frame and a similar keyboard. The only difference from the old design is the exterior. Internally, the device has not changed one bit. The new phone can be purchased through Porsche design stores and certain retailers around the world. If you really can't wait, you can buy the phone on the Porsche's design website for a mind-boggling sum of almost $2,000. Snail mail, email, and now a drone delivering your most recent purchase from Amazon.com? The U.S. federal regulators have given permission to Amazon.com Inc. to test a delivery drone outdoors. It has been tested outdoors in Washington and in an indoor facility in Seattle. Amazon is taking the futuristic approach to sending packages to customers via air. That's it for today's Tech Talk. I'm Dalia Ashry.